So with so much going on in America, you got the government shut down.
And we're faced with an upcoming freeze on SNAP food assistance, which helps 42 million Americans.
I have Shaq with the hair. Of course, that is not his real hair.
Because y'all are HPPs.
HPPs?
Halloween party poopers.
And then you have Stephen A. Smith, the Jasmine Crockett. I'm not sure if you watched my last video, but I heard he actually apologized to Jasmine Crockett because he had the entire black women coming after him. But that's not what we're here for. What we're really here to do is to...
Verbiage and her language and how she talked about the president. What about how he talks?
Video, we're just going to catch up on a couple of things that's been going on this week. Definitely, we're going to talk about...
What about how he talks? I have no problem with that. I can understand that. And if that is the reason that everybody is in an uproar, that is fine.
Republicans are on a crusade to kill SNAP. They tried to do it in their big, beautiful bill. They don't like funding hungry children.
SNAP recipients shouldn't go without
and
food.
The hair situation, yeah, that is the reason why I think Shaq is doing what he's doing. And of course, the government shutdown. You know, people, food stamps, government workers not getting paid. This is ridiculous. Like, I thought having a government job was the best thing to do. But obviously, I'm not sure what is going on right now. We're in 2025. Trump, I don't know, dude. We need something needs to change, okay? Something needs to happen, definitely. But people troll. I just gotta ask one question. At what point should a man cut his hair off? You know, at what point should he cut his hair off? Is it
Jaylen Brown, Celtics? If he worried about his hairline, all you gotta do is show them his check. They'll like him.
Because his hairline is receding, or it's just like, dude, if you're comfortable with the way you look, you should just... I just feel like people just need more confidence in themselves.
Jaylen Beijing Brown.
How can you be Beijing Brown? Is there Beijing?
Because he went to China after this play.
Understand as you age, you're gonna change, and people need to embrace their transformation. You know, if you still have hair and you want to hold on to it, I understand. You should hold on to it, and you should not be clowned for that. But you know, the Beijing, I'm not gonna speak on that because, I mean, based on my age, I'm not sure if I'm gonna lose my hair. I haven't lost my hair yet. I'm not sure if I'm gonna lose my hair, so I'm not gonna be clowning nobody who is losing their hair or who may be going gray or... No, I'm not doing that to nobody, okay? Everybody's gonna go through their own process. They're gonna age, they're gonna change, and we need to embrace it. I just think it's always weird when people are not embracing their age, because it never rubs... It just rubs other people off the wrong way. They may not say nothing, they may not say anything or say anything to you, but they just kind of looking at you like, really, dude? Really? You're trying to cover it up, but you're standing out even more. It would have been okay for you to just accept the fact that it is what it is and just call it a day. I'm saying this, it's easier said than done, because I don't know if I was like in his shoes. I don't know if I'll be trying to do what he's doing. But anyhow, yeah, that is what is going on. ICE. I've been seeing so many videos with ICE agents. They're going above and beyond. When I mean going above and beyond, like literally going above and beyond. They're doing what they're asked not to do. You know, like I saw a video with this one lady who ICE agents seem to have like rammed her car and kind of like dragged her out of the car. I'm not sure how serious that is. She seemed like a Spanish lady, but still, Spanish, black, white, it doesn't matter what color people are. I feel like you cannot just be dragging people out of their car. Like the way that situation happened, like I supported Trump, but that was not good to watch. I hated it. I'm like, no, these people, no, dude. If you came at me like that, I don't know. Like, this is why people would get shot, because that was very disrespectful the way they dragged this lady out of the car. And I can understand if they approached somebody who was a fighter with the same manner, it's gonna escalate. The situation was definitely gonna escalate more than that. And that person may decide to put up a fight and potentially get shot. Not if he has a gun, because he may be doing the shooting also. So you never know how this is gonna go. I understand when people say due process. Yes, there should be due process. Like, you know, a police officer pulls you over. There are steps to how this thing works. You know, I feel like with ICE agent, there should be a step and a protocol they need to follow also. You know, they just cannot act however they want. You can't do as thy will. Aleister Crowley, I think that's his name. You cannot do as thy will in this situation, okay? You have to follow a protocol. Especially if you're a government employee. Like, seriously, these are people's lives. Human beings who deserve as much respect as you do. I don't care if you have a gun. I don't care if you have a badge. Every life needs to be respected, okay? You, ICE or no ICE, police or no police, how you treat your fellow human being definitely matters. I don't care if you think they're an illegal alien. They did not shoot you, they didn't kill you. They just happen to be in a country where they feel like they would be in a better position to provide for themselves and their family, like they're a human being. This world does not belong to any one of us, okay? So I understand the situation, you're a citizen, they're not. But when you're coming at them, I don't care if you're a Trump employee or not, you need to come at these people with respect. The same respect that you would expect from another human being. That's how you need to approach them, okay? Like, acting like thugs, hooligans, acting like you're above the law, like you're lawless, like nothing is gonna happen to you, like you can't be touched. Yeah, that is not a good attitude to have. And this is part of the reason why I feel like if this keeps going, Democrats are gonna come, take over in 2028, and yeah, just kind of like they're saying, like some of these actions could be something that that people could get persecuted for. I understand you're on the right side of the law right now, or you're on the right side, or you're on the winning side. I'm a Trump supporter. I'm just keeping it real, right? I understand you're on the winning side right now, but by the time the coin flips, remember the same people you were just.
A woman, a U.S. citizen, critically wounding her. She took off and drove to a nearby business. WGN's Courtney Spinelli picks up the story.
Protesters shouting at federal agents near 35th and California in Chicago's Brighton Park neighborhood Saturday. It became the site of a large federal presence after a woman drove there in this SUV, arriving with multiple gunshot wounds.
Means to be oppressing would more than likely be trying to do the same to you, so you got to be careful how you approach these situations.
According to workers at the truck repair shop, the woman came in bleeding profusely. Several workers and a customer say they tried to stop the bleeding and called 911. As federal agents investigated the crowd across the road, yelling at them to leave, at one point crossing over.
They're treating our community like it's a war zone. They're creating that, not us.
We're getting a ticket of shots fired at 3900 Kedzie.
According to the Department of Homeland Security, Border Patrol agents were near 39th and Kedzie when they were rammed by vehicles and boxed in by 10 cars. When agents got out, they say an armed U.S. citizen, who sources say is a CCL holder, tried to run them over, forcing the officers to fire. A DHS spokesperson claims the woman was already under CBP watch for allegedly doxing agents online. The violence and dehumanization of these men and women who are simply enforcing the law must stop. Assistant
Karine Jean-Pierre, I don't know. I think that's how you say her name, Karine.
Apparent decline of Joe Biden. You said you're a member of the inner circle and you never saw the decline. And after that, I wrote, how? Yeah. You even write, Karine, that you were on the plane with him going to the debate and you didn't see anything.
As for Karine Jean-Pierre, it's like, look, what are you doing? What's really going on here? You're selling a book. Now, I guess what it is, she needs to sell a book that makes it look like she was a good guy.
Jean-Pierre, I know I'm definitely butchering your name. I did not mean to do that, but I would say it properly the next time I'm saying your name, okay?
That you were on the plane with him going to the debate.
I do think you're...
And you didn't see...
No, but no one's into it. We like the crinkly. We like the crinkly hair, lady. The straight hair, it's just not working for you. Anyway, she went...
Apparent decline of Joe Biden. You said you're a member of the inner circle and you never saw the decline. And after that, I wrote, how? Yeah. You even write, Karine, that you were on the plane with him going to the debate and you didn't see anything.
As for Karine Jean-Pierre, it's like, look, what are you doing? What's really going on here? You're selling a book. Now, I guess what it is, she needs to sell a book that makes it look like she...
She definitely did. We like the curls. That straight hair is really not like the guy said, it's not a good look. I wouldn't have commented on it, but I was already thinking that. Honestly, I was already thinking that when I saw you put surface back up and pop back up. I'm like, we love the old hair. What is this? I'm not gonna lie, that came to my mind, okay? So, yeah, that's that for that. But, about Joe Biden's decline, you know, nobody should fault her for not speaking out about the decline, because her job is honestly, her job is loyalty. You would say she should be loyal to the country. It's not the country that hired her. Who hired her is Joe Biden. Her job is to be loyal to Joe Biden, and she did a good job. She did a great job being loyal to him. All this backlash she's getting is because she did such a good job doing her job, which is being loyal. So, yes, if I was a businessman, I would hire her again, because she just showed she could be loyal despite all the pressure from the media and everybody else. And up till now, she's not even in the position anymore. She's still being loyal. Like, that is a good trait to have. It just doesn't work based on the side you're on. You know what I mean? Like, you're somebody I would definitely hire on my team, you know? It's just the other people are using that as an ammunition against you, saying, oh my God, you're still covering up for Biden. But that was the tax. That was part of your job. You were supposed to do that. Even though you're no longer in a position, you're not gonna be like, oh, I was only doing that because I was in a position. That will make you look more bad. So if you're like, yeah, I covered up while I was in a position, and now that I'm no longer in a position, I'm gonna say all these negative things about him now, that would actually discredit her even more. So the fact that she is sticking to her talking points, what she said while she was the press secretary, is what she's still saying after she's no longer the press secretary. That would give her a little bit more credibility, and I think it gives her more credibility. So they need to leave her alone, let her live her life. Yeah, that was the job she was asked to do, and she did a good job at it. I like her as a person, and I hope a book does well. The hair situation, honestly, people say when you have a lot of testosterone, it turns into another form, DH something, as you get older, and you need to do something about it. If not, because it's going to make men lose their hair or whatever, and for women as well. I don't know what it is. So the more testosterone you have, just know the more you have a higher chance of not having hair as you get older. So like I was saying, at what point should men decide to just take it completely off? Or should we hold on to what we have? Like, I don't care if it's like not a straight hairline. I've seen cultures where men still carry their hair normally. Except if you're trying to be like, it's either all or none. It's either I have a nice Scripps haircut and a nice shape up and nice hairline, or I don't have my hair at all. It does not have to be that way. Okay, that's just what I'm saying. I've seen people in other cultures that I'm just like, damn, dude, you don't have a hairline really, but you're not bald. I don't know. You have to pick a side. Except if you really like that bald, look like R. Kelly and Tupac and, Michael Jordan and all that. And if that is the style you want to go for, great. But you could still keep whatever amount of hair you have on your scalp if you want to. Or you could take it all off. But the Beijing stuff, that is actually, I would laugh at somebody more. Then if I'm just like, okay, so what? People lose their hair, that's normal. People accept that. But if it's like, okay, I thought he had hair, and then the thing cleans off, dude, I'm not sorry, that is a comic moment. That is like something people will talk about for a very long time. I just want to give him his kudos because he came out and he took it on the chin. He spoke about it. You have men right now who are going to get surgery and hair implants. Those were things ladies did in the past, but now we're in a generation where they're doing all kind of implants, not just hair. I'm talking about arms, legs, like chest, abs. All that is going on in the industry right now. So, yeah. And I don't know what's going on in hip hop. No hip hop song is on the top 40, on the US top 40 right now. Like, that is not good. That is not good. I don't know if it's because everybody sound alike. I can't really put a finger on it. But I know personally, I've not been listening to a lot of rap music. I don't know if it's my age or what is it. Or maybe it's because the people I like are not releasing music. Or maybe it's just because of how people consume media now. Or maybe it's just too much things to consume that I just don't have time to consume music. I don't know what the reason is why I'm not listening to as much music as I used to. But that's not good, that hip-hop is not on the top 40. No hip-hop song. We need to do something about that because hip-hop helps the black community in so many different ways. Because if you have any artist that is on the top 40, that means that song potentially made more money. And I'm sure there are people within his community that money would trickle down to. So definitely we need to keep hip-hop alive and do better and make better music and make better content and not just hollow music, okay? Now you got AI taking over. If hip-hop is not on the top 40 and you have AI on the top 40, then it's at that point it's like, okay, this shit is over. This game is completely rigged. You got computer music, AI music making the top 40. While hip hop artists who are great, who potentially made hits, nah, they're not gonna make it right to the top 40. But we're gonna put some AI, unknown people, what do you want to call it? If it's an AI, it's not a human being. I guess you just call it some kind of bot music, bot music, AI, bot music. Anyhow, let me know what you think about this video. Thanks for watching. Respect.